Hello everyone, my name is Ben Carley and I am a sales associate here at High School Music Service, and today we will be talking about beginner level flutes. So student level flutes are made out of nickel silver, which is an alloy that is made out of nickel, copper, and zinc. This alloy is made for durability purposes. Over that alloy, the instrument is then silver plated, which just makes the instrument look beautiful. One of the biggest things to consider when renting out or purchasing a student level flute is whether or not it's inline or offset G. So this Jupiter flute here has an offset G key. You can see that it's not in line with the other keys. Kind of goes slightly off center right there. This Yamaha flute here, this particular model, comes with an inline G key. You'll notice that all the keys are in line, one single line. Now, students with shorter fingers tend to prefer the offset G, where the key is off center, because it's a little bit easier of a reach. Students with longer fingers can really choose either one, and both will be comfortable for that student. Now, in terms of maintenance of the flute, it's important that we put it together the correct way. So we'll start here. When putting it together, make sure you're always gripping a smooth part of the instrument. You don't want to grip it by the keys, because that'll end up bending them eventually, and then you'll have to bring it to the shop. So by holding it by the smooth part, we'll avoid bending the keys. So head joint, no keys on this one, so you're good. If you twist it together, and then usually you'll line up the embouchure hole with the first key. You can kind of just eyeball it. On the foot joint, you'll hold it by the smooth part at the end here, still holding it by the barrel up here, and then you'll twist it in place. You want to line up the rod here on the foot joint with the center of the last key on the body joint, and you're good to go. Now, when finishing your band class or after a period of practicing, you always want to swab out your flute. That is going to ensure that the pads underneath the keys, those yellow things, I don't know if you can see them there, those are very important to your flute. If those start leaking, or if the pad starts to tear, you'll have to get your pad replaced, and your flute won't play correctly until that happens. So, to keep our pads lasting as long as they can, we need to swab out our flute. And to do that, you will use a cleaning rod that is included with all High School Music Service flutes, and a cloth of some kind. This is a silk cloth. The advantage to silk is that it won't get stuck in your instrument. It's very thin, but very absorbent. So we'll take each joint, each segment of the flute, and just swab it through. So here I threaded it through the little loop in the cleaning rod, and we'll just swab it, twist it a couple of times. Then after, I like to look through it and make sure there's no water droplets. When you're blowing hot air into a cold tube, you'll accumulate condensation. So we want to get rid of that as much as possible. I also like to do the head joint even though there's no keys. So, and then the body joint, you'll do the same thing, holding it by the smooth part, of course. Twist, and then you can push it through, twisting, like so. Again, make sure there's no water droplets. So after we've made sure everything is cleaned up, some people like to keep the finish of the instrument nice and clean. So with that, all you have to do is use a silver treated polishing cloth. They're usually blue, or you can use an untreated microfiber cloth. And all you would do is just carefully wipe the outside of the flute, kind of avoiding where the pads are. Everything else you can just kind of wipe down freely. And that's about it on the maintenance of a flute. It's pretty easy to maintain the upkeep of your flute. All of these flutes are available here for rental at High School Music Service. We have Yamaha brand flutes, Jupiter, and Gemeinhardt. So just stop by, give us a call. We do have a new website, hsmusicservice.com, where you're also able to do online rentals. Thank you.